all around me, a silent voice I can't deny, a mother's arms, how they surround me. They sing the beauty of my life.
It will last forever. It will never fade away. Never cause me pain. This love, this love.
I close my eyes. It takes me memory deep down in my soul. And safe to be beside you.
It will last forever. It will never fade away. Never cause me pain. This love, this love.
It will last forever. It will never fade away. Never cause me pain.
It will last forever. It will never fade away. Never cause me pain. This love, this love.
This love, this love, this love. This
Om Shanti. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to your spiritual vaccine hour, your dose for your inner cure. How have you been today? What did you do today? What were your thoughts today? Were you kind today? Were you mean today? Were you selfish today? Were you happy today? Imagine all of those emotions come from one single thought. One single thought. And sometimes when the pressure is on you and you feel like you haven't offered yourself the right amount of self-care, when the situations around you aren't flowing to support your care, then you can get unkind and you can get very anxious and you can get very upset. So welcome to your hour of kindness, of just feeling kind and recognizing the importance of this particular virtue of this time and how needed it is for our particular world to continue to amplify the power of kindness. So if you're not sure of who I am, I'm your host, Sister Jenna. We started the spiritual vaccine after the close down of our both meditation museums on March 16th. And Santosh, how many shows now? Over 60? At least over 60, right? So what has been a daily evening time with you and to keep me going as well has become really a really nice time to just connect together, to be together, to have supper together as we're having these profound conversations about life. And the intention of this hour is to strengthen us to an extent that our resilience level is at a high. Because as we get back into whatever this is, we will need to be different people. And if you feel like some of us do, you know, like Sister Gita's way ahead of all of us. Sister Gita's the other sister who stays here with me, but also my beautiful mother. And she's been going through interesting stages of either remembering and forgetting, dancing and singing, sleeping and not sleeping, walking out. We don't know where she is. We have to go and look for her. Had to really learn to be extra kind. I have to tell you the story. When this whole journey started, and I started to recognize that her behavior was changing, and I know you all don't know my routine, but it's quite full in the daytime, and I don't really have what they call leisure. Not that I care for leisure. This to me is leisure. This to me is leisure. So I don't look for extra leisure. If I get moments where I don't have much happening, then of course it's wonderful, I enjoy it. But when Sister Gita started to entertain us, I found myself becoming quite uncomfortable inside. And I was experiencing myself losing my peace, not because of her, but I was dropping my guards because there is a thought that was stronger than what was happening with the event. Underline that, okay? There's a thought that was stronger than the event that was taking. So there was a thought that was stronger than the event that was taking place. Hold on to that idea. So even though the event is happening, I'm still in charge of my life. But the thought that was in me was stronger than what the event was even offering me. So let's say that Sister Gita was doing what she always does, and that is to be her beautiful self. To be this fragrant little free-flowing angel, floating here and floating there. You know, half the times, where is she now? Where did she go? We're thinking of putting, what is that thing they put on someone's ankle when they have you on the house arrest? Cruel, but what do they call that thing? What is that thing that they put on someone's ankle when they're on house arrest and they have to basically monitor them? Anyway, there's a monitor device, so I've been really thinking about finding one of those devices or chip so we can know her whereabouts, you know. And so, anyway, back to the story, back to the discussion of the night. when she would perform her part, and I want you to hear my words so clearly tonight. When Sister Gita would perform her part, that means play out what is destined in her soul, okay? That means no matter what I do or what anybody else does, it doesn't mean that the part that she's got ordained in her is going to change. So when she would express her part, it could be at times in which it's nowhere in alignment to what my part is. It's like watching comedy and a drama movie at the same time. It's like they're not connecting. Or let me find a more contrasting genre. It's like watching horror and a family movie at the same time. And I'm not saying that what she's going through is a horror and I'm family, so don't think that's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying, the two just don't make sense if they're in the same movie. At least this is just the example that I'm offering you. So I would reach this point where the thought in me that took me away from my peace is that this is not what I wanted. And I want everyone who's watching to really think about that. Not what you want. Again, it's about I, me, mine. And so the event is happening outside of me with a person that I deeply respect. The event is not in alignment with my current narrative or the role that I'm playing, the part that I'm playing. Now that's fine. We can have two different actors with two different ways of playing their role. It's not a problem. But if I am having a thought that is bigger than that scene, what that scene is offering me, and that thought is saying so strongly, I don't want this. This is not where I want to be. This isn't the scene I want to serve. I want you to think about how that would make you feel. So that desire inside is what was making me unkind. It wasn't because of her behavior or her choices. It wasn't because I'm not physically in a space or a position that is comfortable. I'm in service. I love to serve. But there was something in the soul, and it was a single thought that this is not what I want. And that one single thought would delete all the wisdom that I have. That I am a peaceful soul, I am a pure soul, I am a powerful soul, I am a loving soul. Sister Gita is a peaceful soul. Gita is a loving soul. Sister Gita is a pure soul, and this is her part. But that one thought in my consciousness is, I don't want this. And that's the thought that absolutely deleted all of the wisdom that I held. Do you see how powerful thoughts are, my friends? Do you see how powerful our thoughts can be? Incredible, isn't it? So I think when we pursue kindness, it's the same effort that we have to keep checking that if my nature as a soul is to be kind, then I have to check if there's that one thought that continues to derail me, to tell me this is not what I want, this is about I, me, my, the ego. And I tell you, Sister Gita has done some things, let me tell you, from across the world to back to America, from just actions that I'm like, what is she doing now? And it took me about 8 months until I realized I am not this kind of person. I am a kind and a loving person. And it took me a while, everyone, to really acknowledge it's because of my desire for something else that made this particular scene so uncomfortable. So I ask you to think about, have you had any moments like that for yourself? Have you ever felt you're at the workplace, you're with the family, and you spoke without virtues. You spoke without your self-respect. You spoke without calm. You spoke without love. Can you identify right now if for you it was a moment where your one thought was basically signaling to you, I don't want to be here. I don't want to do this. And if I can just turn that one thought around, and I turn it around because I recognize the consequence of being unkind, first to myself, carries a repercussion. It's like I've put a poison in my system, and I become polluted. And if I keep repeating that quality of pollution, I get just used to, I just get used to being polluted. And it will take someone very, very clean as a vibration to appear in front of me for me to remember I used to be like that. And I feel that what post-COVID is going to invite us to do is to clean up our act so we can become instruments of hope. My dear friend Suleim Hilton did a book, and we took him to India about 2 years ago. I think you can see this. And I wanted to wear it actually, but it was just so big. I felt like... So we took Suleim to India, and after Suleim had come back from India, what he shared with us was everybody in India at the Brahma Kumari's headquarters in Mount Abu. I says, what was your experience, Suleim? And he just says, I don't know what it is, but everyone is just so kind. And he kept saying it with such a deep conviction that they're all so kind. And he was just saying, this is what we need. We need a world of kindness. Like, when was the last time you just met a kind person? You know, they're so gentle, but they're benevolent in their gentleness, and there's a preservation about their presence, and yet they're very present. You know, their kindness comes from their character, like there's a charity in their personality that you just can't miss. So Suleim created these buttons and said, I made them bigger. He had the small ones like this small. And the other day he came by the ashram and he made them bigger, and this one's called Be Kind to Someone Today. So I'd like you to pause for a minute and think about a person or a group of people or even your city or your country, and send your kind thoughts. And right after that, I want us to go into a lovely little thoughtful process of a meditation with some words that are just there to inspire you to activate your kindness as well. And then when we come back, we can continue our time together. Just think about someone that that you wish to be kind to, or even a group of people, and send your kind feelings to them, your kind expression. Them. From your mind, let them know that there is love and respect and that you honor them. And observe how your system feels when you're kind. Kind people don't want anything in return. Kind people give before you ask. A kind person knows what's in your heart, not just what your words are saying. A kind person lives under the canopy of God's love. A kind person is gentle but strong. A kind person is never empty. A kind person is by nature and by law benevolent. And the kind person just moves along the planet Earth. It's like they're just sprinkling seeds, planting seeds to be nurtured and to grow. A kind person is someone deeply and intimately in love with God and in love with humanity. And they're just naturally that way. They flow with the wind. And just like a river as it flows, even if you put debris in the river as it's flowing, the water will go around it. It doesn't get stuck. It goes around the debris. A kind person will go around your shortcomings. They won't get stuck because they're kind. When you're kind, you're caring. A kind person is accepting. Just look at the depth of this virtue and imagine the gifts that would come with it if you applied more kindness in your life. Humility is such a virtue nowadays, but very few folks use it anymore. And sometimes when you are humble, and it does come out, there are some who might consider it to be a weakness, and for us, we think it's a strength. A humble person is sort of like a mango tree, in a sense, like you keep stoning it, even though it'll tolerate you, but it will still give you fruits. It's like a humble person, no matter what you put them through, they'll give you fruits. And I feel that that personality is rooted also in kindness, because they know the benefit of being kind versus being selfish and harsh, and to be a bully, and to be hateful, and to be disloyal, and not having trust. So let's take this time to go into a meditation together and emerge the energy of our kindness from deep within the soul. So I invite you to take a deep breath. And as I take you on this journey in contemplation, just call the family around, have them sit with you for a little bit, especially if you have children or teenagers. Just tell them, just come and sit next to mommy. Can't you just do something kind for me today? Or if you're a dad, just say, do something kind for me. Or if you're a teenager, tell your mom and dad, Dad, Mom, can you do something kind for me today? Just sit here. Let us do 5 minutes of meditation. Everybody's ready? Thumbs up. Okay, so take a deep breath in. Breathe in again. And out. My kindness starts in my mind. That part in the soul, right behind my eyes, I sit. The living light, the living being. And when I'm kind, I'm contagious. My brain feels healthy. My vibrations around me expand. And when I practice kindness, I am in the remembrance of the divine, of God, the Supreme Being. And this is actually a natural state of being. My energy of kindness serves the atmosphere and the environment. And I become a catalyst for spreading kindness to the atmosphere, to my human relationships, to the world, and to the universe. So as I sit here in contemplation of kindness, let me direct my thoughts to the one, that supreme light, that supreme being, the one who's the ocean of kindness, constantly sending to the soul kind, gentle, loving vibrations. Let us sit in this state for a while and just keep being opened with your energy of kindness to keep receiving God's love, God's compassion, God's kindness, and God's peace. In this moment of stillness, please give yourself permission to feel the energy of kindness floating around your heart, around your entire body. In the space where you live. And with the relationships. Feel the stillness in your kindness. and experience how expansive your capacity to bestow is being realized right at this moment for you. Look at your life. How kind have you been in the last 2 months? How often did you smile? How often did you just call someone to reach out, just to say hello, to check in on them, to see if they're okay? How often have you sat in your own company with kind appreciation? No cell phones, no iPads, no television. Just enjoying your own company of kindness. Even if this virtue is lost in the current times, let it be that you are the keeper of kindness. And imagine how that would look as we come out of this. Kind people. But not kind with weakness, kindness with great strength, with wisdom. On a scale from 1 to 10, at this moment, how kind do you feel to yourself and towards your humanity? 10 being the highest. How kind are you feeling right now? Send your kind and pure thoughts to every soul that you know. Even those on your social media pages, send them your kind thoughts. Keep using the power of these thoughts to do service. To uplift our humanity by uplifting ourselves first. I'd like us to stay in this place, and Santosh will play a very nice, thoughtful scene of quotes and ideas, and this is to stimulate your virtue of kindness, which is no longer lost inside of you, but completely emerged. And after that, feel free to ask any questions that you might have on your heart or on your mind. Are you feeling good right now? Let me know with your thumbs up, heart expressions, or frowny faces. Enjoy this video. Welcome back. Wasn't that a beautiful testimony of the process and the steps to kindness, that video? I mean, each frame had such a profound, deep message for the soul to accept and recognize not only the power of kindness, but the power of our thoughts. So, hope you enjoyed that. Smiley face, big hearts. Anyway, somebody texted me what that anklet is for Sister Gita. So, we will look into it. All right, let's look at some of your thoughts. Christina, my light is so bright, some try to steal it. I've been blessed to be strong and keep my light protected. Kindness releases strain on your heart. That's a good point, Christina. And I'm so grateful to be here to remember to spread kindness. Yes. Hi, Sasha. How are you? Welcome. Welcome to your spiritual vaccine. Looking forward to playing with you and Trina with See Good TV and Conscious Good. If any of you want to find out some good media, go to Conscious Good. I take off my Be Kind badge, not because of anything, but I started to become conscious and it was way too big for my jacket. It's so interesting what a thought can do, isn't it, everyone? All right, Diamond, thank you for watching. So sweet to have you. Rachel, how do we tap into this that you have, Sister Dr. Jenna? Well, I'm assuming that it's the energy and the love and the peace. First First, I think you have to do you have to pay attention to your life reviews. Ever so often, I think it's important that you really look at your life completely and to honestly see if I'm okay with the life lived so far. That's one thing. And the second thing is, I think it's important to have a sense of care or love for the well-being of humanity. I think that's important. And then the third thing is to trust that the step now that you have to take is a step deeply inwards to really begin to reshuffle the inner deck of your thoughts and to begin to start with the base deck, the key card. I'm a soul, and my religion is peace, and my power is in my purity. And you start with that base card until you start to feel that experience of you. I am this peaceful being, and my power is in my purity. And then you take it to another level where you connect to the divine, the concept of God being the ocean of these qualities, and start to be open to trust, to feel that vibration. When you do that, move it into service. Make everything that you do to be of service. So service would be very kind. It asks for nothing in return. It just says, I'm here to serve. And I think as you keep doing it over and over again and you're more and more consistent, it just becomes natural and becomes your easy nature. Okay, Rachel Prince? Hi, Vivian from Norway. Nice to have you back. How to belong here on earth. How to feel at peace and grounded. Well, I have to admit, Vivian, there are about 8 billion of us on the planet, and there's not a single one of us who don't feel a sense of not belonging. Whether it's a new job that felt uncomfortable, getting into a new marriage, having new in-laws, relocating to a new country, a new state, to a new city, purchasing clothes because they're on sale, but they don't look good anyway. But you buy them because they're new. I think we've all suffered with the sense of not belonging. So if I were to give you that insight, actually, we're all in the same boat, so we really all belong. And if you look at the world as this incredible playground of transformation that's taking place now, imagine that we're at the confluence of the old as the new is getting prepared. So when we're in the confluence, we're not pulled into the old paradigm. But if you're allowing the old energies and the old messaging to feed you, you can't even feel solid in your confluence because you'll feel like it has more of a hold on you. So when you step into the confluence, you are stepping into your transformational aspect of yourself. Okay, that's where you're saying, I'm going to do the big work because I can feel my aim, my future calling me to be more. And the only thing that holds us back, Vivian, is that we're still being influenced by our past or by the old energy. So pull away from that and get caught up in that which is much, much more uplifting and positive. Yes, Ashley, so you're also grateful, lovely. If people felt this kind in their hearts and bodies, they would be too busy crying to be mean. As the rain pours in the background and the dinner smelling good, feeling pretty good. Good, Christine. Rachel, thanks for coming on. Darlene, Om Shanti, nice to have you. Linda, all of you, thank you for joining us. Krista Light, Om Shanti, welcome. Sudha, lovely to have you. Shiva, Brahmatma, wonderful. Lots of blessings to each and every one of you. Glad that you could take the time. So, to all of our friends on YouTube, what's happening here? Portia, where can we buy the kind buttons? I'll find out. You know Dr. Ivy Hilton? So her husband Salim Hilton is the one that wrote a book on it and also inserted it. So contact Dr. Ivy Hilton. Etta, thank you for joining us. Everything other than love is an illusion is so accurate, isn't it, Louise? This is such an important point, everyone, that was in the video. Everything other than love is an illusion. It's an illusion. Rally show, I think Alika, that was profound. I want to read this every day. Good, played back every day. It's in the video. Serbi, nice to have you. Why is it hard to be kind with a specific person, whereas generally you're kind with other folks? Because there are aspects within you that you don't like. And that aspect within yourself that you don't like, you're also quite mean to that part of you. So when that person appears in your life, they're actually signaling to you that there's a part within you too that you don't like very much. So you're not able to give it the care that it needs. So that's why when it's usually people who are very arrogant, you find it very hard to be kind to them. So there's a part inside of ourselves that also feeds some element of arrogance, and we tend to not be so kind to that person. So whenever you bump into that particular person, even if you can't speak to them with kindness, this is what I do. I think to them in kindness. At least let me start somewhere. At least in my own world behind my eyes, they won't have any power over me. Because sometimes you give your kindness to a very arrogant person and they throw it at you like it meant nothing. So it hurts your ego because you're sensitive. Then you feel victimized and you feel abused or bruised, and then you feel disempowered. That's not what God wants from you or from me. Kind people should prevail. Kind people should be the most powerful. Kind people will and should prevail. But in order for your kindness to have a power, you got to put God's light in it. So no one can touch it. Yes, they can come near it. But think about this. When you have developed a profoundly truthful belief system that is connected to really who you are, that being of light, the soul, so pure, so powerful, so loving, and so kind, and knowing that the energy of God's vibration filled that in you, and you believe that, how many events can occur in front of you that will make you forget that? Few. Not many. And when you do lose your kindness, you know you dropped the ball. It's not their fault. I dropped the ball on keeping my eye on the prize. So what do you do then? Go pick it up. Carry on. Tomorrow's another day. The next second will be another moment. I can make amends in 5 seconds. I can fix myself and say, Jen, that's not you. What's going on? What do you want? Every one of us want our power back. Every single soul on the planet thirsts for their inner power. And it's not power to rule over anyone. It's power to stand tall in your dignity and your sovereignty. And that's a power that has no price tag. To be so strong within that nothing can shake you, that's the power of meditation. That's the power of Raj Yoga. That's the power of paying attention and being consistent on yourself. That's what this pandemic really is offering our humanity, a second chance. We've had 9/11, we've had tsunamis, we've had massive earthquakes, we've had plagues before, we've had wars, First we started to fight with our fist, then we started to fight with stones, then we started to fight with sticks, then we created cannon bombs, then we created a rifle. Now we're into the nuclear power age. When is it going to stop? It's what's happening in your mind. It's not the weapons. It's the fact that nobody wants to be kind with each other anymore. So to protect their poison, all these weapons and all of these conniving ways of just to protect their stuff is formed, because kind people won't create things that will destroy lives. It's not in their karmic field. Kind people will only create thoughts, ideas, movements, agendas, decisions that will protect, safeguard, empower, enrich, and inspire lives. So, the virtue of kindness is not lost tonight. And if you lost it today or yesterday, pick it up, and let's go moving forward. Got it? Everyone's okay? Big love? Big love? Okay, this is all we take back to the soul world. Exactly, Louise. Yes, Portia, excellent explanation. That helped me so much. Thank you. Susanna, thank you for joining us today. Om Shanti. Wendy, nice to have you. So good to have you. Kirit, Shami, wonderful to have you back, sister. Stay in there. Don't forget what I told you. You stay in there. All right, Valerie, Indu, Janvi, Jennifer, Scotland, Dr. Kailash Shakdev, very nice. Elaine, thank you. Lovely to have you. Usha, Dr. Doris T. McGuffey, Om Shanti, my sweet sister. Lots of love your way. Today is Nicole Johnson's birthday. I don't think she's on today, but I know she was joining us every day. So hopefully when she watches the rerun of this, can everyone now in the comment list send Nicole Johnson multi-million times blessings of love. May the soul of Nicole Johnson be so powerful in her kindness, in her abundance, in her presence. May she walk bringing the energy of God's light, uplifting all human being that she comes across. So that's our blessing to you today, Nicole, on your very auspicious day. It's also our very dear friend's birthday, Louis Gossett Jr. So we'll call him to wish him a happy birthday. Should I call him? Should I call Lou and wish him a happy birthday and surprise him? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Because we're coming to a close of our show. Should we call and I'll surprise him? Let me see. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Okay. See, everyone's remembering you. All right, let's see. It's so nice to, you see, it's kindness. You know, sometimes now we send our birthday greetings on the timeline on Facebook, which is fine. I've done it too. But just send your good wishes of kindness to someone and just tell them happy birthday. Happy birthday. All right, so look, I don't think he's picking up. He's not on. So what we'll do, we'll end. Hold on. Is it your birthday? You ready to hear my awful singing?
There's no such thing.
So happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear brother. Happy birthday to you. It must be so good as you're growing so wise, Lou.
Oh, what a demonstration from 5 o'clock this morning. Every 10 minutes.
You see, because that's how loved you are.
That comes started from Africa and Asia, and England, and then Canada. Every 15 minutes the phone, and I got these two phones. They're ringing simultaneously sometimes.
And if you go back to the show tonight, I bet so many people that are giving comments online are sending you oceans and oceans and oceans of blessings on this auspicious day of yours.
I'm very touched, very touched. And I'm very glad that you're in my life.
Me too.
I appreciate your patience.
You're awesome. You're awesome. So here's my blessing for you. I want you to be always healthy, that all the thoughts and the vibrations that are flowing through your system continues to give you strength for your body to stand tall and for your mind to always stay sharp.
Oh, thank you. I gave some you students. How much time do you have now?
Well, I'm still on air and I'm just giving you your birthday wish. I'll be off in
Okay.
another few minutes. Shall I call you?
Yes, please call me back.
All right then. Happy birthday, my
Look
sweet
forward to it.
brother.
Okay. God
Bye-bye.
bless.
Bye. So it's so nice to wish everyone. See, that was kind, right? Little thoughts. Sometimes when you get a pure thought that you know will give joy to another person, just act on it. All right? At our meditation museum, there have been so many kind people that have walked through those doors. Portia Davidson, the queen of kindness, right? And so let us be more kind with one another and let us make the world become a golden age of paradise. Okay? So, thank you all for joining us tonight for a very kind evening, for an evening of the virtue of empathy, compassion, sweetness, joy, purity, simplicity. I hope you're really getting over all the illusions that the world has been selling you, and you're really stepping to a place of that's exhausting. You just really want to be pure and kind and charitable and loving and do all the things that would please the divine and humanity. So take care. Have a lovely, lovely evening. I'll see you tomorrow for our Zoom session. It's our final day for filming our production. So if you want to join us, we look forward to having you. And I believe Santosh has put the link in, but also you can go to the meditationmuseum.org .org website and feel free. And enjoy on Spotify or iHeart or iTunes, the America Meditating radio show too. There's some really, really awesome conversations on there. All right, lots of love. Enjoy some of these images from our meditation museum back in the day, and we'll see what the future holds. But you just stay kind. Lots of love to each and every one of you. Have a lovely, lovely evening. Om Shanti.
Love and gratitude, golden flower in bloom, bring us peace tonight, flow from me to you. Words of purest light, crystals in your gaze, to remind our hearts we open in your name. And when we start to fall, there's nothing more to do than call on you. Love and gratitude. And when we start to fall, and when we lose the call, there's nothing more to do than call on you. When we forget to see our soul's deep mystery, there's nothing more to do than call on you. Love and gratitude. Love and gratitude.
So we only use 10% of
Love and gratitude. Golden flower in bloom. Bring us peace tonight. Flow from me to you. Words of purest light, crystals in your gaze.